is supposed to be a casual, not prepped one. You know?
Welcome to our casual and non-prepped show.
So non-prepped, Dan just starts it while I'm talking.
Yeah,
It's-
now we're rolling.
We're-
Gary, okay, for the record, guys.
we were ready to go.
So Gary always leaves the cameras recording for at least like 5 to 10 minutes prior to
that's
us
the camera.
actually doing it. The middle one.
No, the middle one's live on Twitch. That one's going on YouTube.
Why are you recording? No, he's recording through the stream one.
The stream one, yeah.
We can do that?
That's what we've been
What?
doing. Are you kidding me?
I thought once we made it into a Twitch camera.
No.
This is all going up, by the way. This is so staying in the
No,
episode.
the way that it works is they get to see what the camera's seeing, but honestly, that camera won't even show them unless it's got a memory card in there and it's potentially able to
I
record.
thought it was only filming Twitch.
What did you think we only had 3 cameras out for the entirety?
That was why-
We've recorded like 4 hours worth of podcasts.
Yeah, that's why I have the other camera in the box over there for me and Gary to open. Because I assumed that was Twitch only, and today we were just using 2 cameras. And that for the next episode we
I
have
even
the 3.
told you. I went, hey Benny, look, this is super cool. We can use this to stream and record at the same time.
Welcome to 3 Beers and a Topic, guys.
Our topic today is how cameras work when you can stream and record with them.
So if you guys are wondering what this is another show here on my vlog channel. I'm very bad about vlogging and remembering to get the shows up, as you guys know. So we've decided to just film a couple of fun things. So me and the team here, we're gonna do things like Gary and I have a morning show coming out soon, but Dan and I are doing this beer show. We had a great time with the first episode, but we decided to do 3 beers in one topic because we just couldn't do 3 topics in one beer, and 3 beers. It just didn't work, right?
Correct.
So today we're you guys loved the first episode. We didn't know what to expect on the first episode, and I got so many comments on the first episode. But there's one in particular that I really enjoyed reading, and I wanted to bring it up in this episode. And maybe I'll do this on a couple of them. Oh, is this to finish off?
This is I was hoping you wouldn't notice, but then it was really hard to discreetly pour
That
this.
bottle does not pour well.
No.
So the concept behind this is we live in Colorado. Colorado has a lot of craft beers, a lot of craft beer breweries. And the basic idea is Dan and I like to BS, we like to try beers, and we like to turn things into businesses, which I thought would be a great topic to start with.
We never have an idea that we're like, this will stay just a hobby. It goes, we had fun with this, let's make a show.
So we wanted to make a show where we just BS and just... I mean, you're on my vlog channel if you're watching this, or you're watching this on Twitch, guys. This is literally where I just do all my casual fun stuff, and I just have a good time because I have an entire studio and multiple cameras that apparently can do multitask.
I don't think he understands what like a capture device does. That it just captures it. It doesn't take control.
I thought, okay, whatever. But so there's a comment I wanted to go over that's going to help us decide which order to drink these in.
Okay.
So Thomas Rich left a comment on the first video.
Thanks, Thomas.
I think this will be a great show. You and Comics Explained have helped me get back into comics, but you need someone to help you out with your beer knowledge. We don't deny that. We're
That
trying
is
to learn.
correct.
Yeah, we are learning. And for those of you guys who don't know, in the first episode, I explained my beer history. Dan explained his. We're not beer connoisseurs. We're getting there. We're
We're beer drinkers.
Yes.
Not beer connoisseurs.
We're the guys that go to like the beer tab and go, that one looks cool.
I'm the one that goes, hey, I like this kind. What do you suggest? And they start naming some, but I always just go with the first one
It's
that
always
they name.
Stella for him.
Actually, no.
You've gotten better.
I
but it
have
is
gotten
always-
better. I
Anyway.
usually get Kolsch's and Pilsners and
But you need
lagers.
someone to help you with the beer knowledge. Colorado is wonderful for
Gary, get
tasting and learning beer. My friend and I have been to almost 200 of the 300 breweries. That is an accomplishment, man.
That right there tells you how many craft beers
Yeah.
and breweries there are.
First of all, Imperial means double everything. I never knew that. So an Imperial Stout is double all the
I
stuff.
always thought it was kind of like when you put executive in front of like executive producer. I thought it was just a special name.
I honestly, I always thought Imperial was kind of the same way. It was just more bitter and stronger. Like, oh, it's Imperial, so it's like double the alcohol content or something.
Okay.
I've always been a hard liquor guy or like a Heineken guy.
Yeah.
I'm whiskey
Oh.
and Heineken.
You only choose one beer and it's Heineken, so that's okay.
Yes.
Mine comes in a chalice. That's probably one of the
What
best
is that
parts
face?
about
What is that
Stella.
face?
Gary, you don't get an opinion because you can't drink half the beers that exist.
Well, okay. I mean, but see, here's the difference. I have my go-to, but I'll also drink Guinness. I'll also drink all
And
the
I
weird
drink
ones.
other
But-
ones
but-
too.
but anyway.
Everyone's got a safety beer, and
I'm
that's
just more
okay.
of a hard liquor guy.
Yes,
okay?
you are. Don't try and keep up with him.
Did
It's a regretful
we tell that
next
story
day.
last time, right?
I think we did.
Okay, just making sure. First of all, Imperial means double everything. So an Imperial IPA is going to be the most hoppy of the IPAs. For two guys who don't like hoppy beers.
Yeah. I think we started with that one.
So that's good to know.
Okay.
I recommend next time going from bitter flavors to sweet. It'll make the bitter flavors more bitter, but it'll make the sweet flavors shine better. So for this show, Imperial IPA to Imperial Stout to Milk Coffee Stout. So what order would that
so
be?
I would say we go with, you said the Imperial first. Because
Yeah.
this, I would say the Imperial
IPA
chocolate
is going to be the worst.
pumpkin porter.
The
I would
Imperial
say that
IPA
one
is going to be the
starts.
worst. This is a Imperial Stout, so it's medium. What
And
is
then
that?
this one I would say is last because it's blueberry, so it sounds sweet. It's a wild ale, aged in oak with blueberries.
Okay, so I would go with a Stout.
Oh, it's a sour.
Oh, geez, this will be fun.
You gotta. Okay, sorry.
Okay,
Who got these?
I did. It was 9 a.m. at a liquor store. I didn't really look in the most. Starting by the
We're
liquor
gonna have
store.
to show Benny what a craft beer is next time,
it-
and we'll get some good ones.
Yeah, I realized I made bad decisions because apparently this one's made by Odell. It's an
Odell's pretty good.
but I wouldn't call it like a weird craft beer. Is what I'm
No,
saying.
but it's still craft beer.
No,
just
I-
like
but I
Upslope, just like
agree.
Grimm Brothers.
I agree, but part of us doing here, I would say we'd have to get more Colorado localish kind of things.
These are Odell is Colorado.
Is it?
Upslope is Colorado.
Fat Tire.
New Belgium is Colorado.
Okay. Anyway, we're learning as we go. I'm not denying
The
that.
majority of beers, if it's a craft beer, there's a good chance it came from Colorado.
Well, I just don't consider Odell. That'd be like, anyway, okay. So for that, he's saying that we should go the Imperial Stout. I guess where would the sour fit into this mix? Well, let's put it in the middle and hope for
He
the best.
said sours first.
Right. No, he said the stronger
Or
ones.
bitters first.
So do the chocolate one last is what we should do.
Yes. Let's go.
That one we know.
Hold on. I'm going to smell them real quick.
Okay. So anyway, he then wrote, also I would not recommend doing a lot of Imperials together. Don't do Imperials together.
Which is,
Which is what we did last time.
and you've got two right here.
He said, don't do them together because they're very powerful flavors that will not play nicely with each other.
None of these. Did you smell? Okay, I think the
We
blueberry.
should try to link up with this guy because he lives in North Denver.
You know what?
So he's nearish.
give us. If you're watching this again, give us a list, or if anyone's watching this, give us a list of craft beers in the order in which to drink them. Packs of 3 only at a time, since the whole show's called 3 Beers and a Topic. Put them in the comments down below. Go 1, 2, 3 in the order of first, second, third of ones you want us to try, and I think that's going to make our job.
We
a
got
lot
the world
easier.
beer thing over there. Just so I can, I like you've Drunk Dark Souls. Anyone? That would be hilarious. That's from Jonathan Shealy. Mangastorian, sadly, Japanese copyright laws are different, guys. So those of you guys who are still missing out on that, due to that, they shut it down. We aren't being that open about it because it has been announced on Mangastorian.
Which one did we decide?
I don't know. You decided. You told me that.
If we don't want
You were talking about the infinite multiverse theory in that last episode.
Yes. I think if they said do not do Imperials together, I say we go Odell, blueberry sour, chocolate. God damn it.
All right. So back to the comment. Okay.
Okay, so middle first.
Middle first. Okay. So,
I think.
So okay, what is this one then? Right.
The middle. Yes, this
Okay,
is
so
the
this
Odell.
is the Jolly Russian Imperial Stout aged in rum barrels. That's what caught my eye.
Okay.
Cellar Series 2018 Odell.
I feel like I'm gonna need some water, Gary.
Oh no, you're gonna be good. All right, here we go. Ready? So,
Cheers.
I like that actually. I don't
It's
think I
not
would
as
drink it
bad
on the
as I
regular.
thought.
No, I don't think I would drink it on the regular.
It smells a lot different than it tastes.
Yes, it does.
That's what threw me off because I was like, that smell is pretty strong.
I don't think I would drink this on the regular, but I could definitely, if like there was no
No.
other option, I could drink that. I could drink that
Yes.
easily.
No, that
Yeah.
it's drinkable, but would not be my go-to. Definitely.
Definitely not my go-to. Okay. So we're talking about our greatest failures.
Greatest failures.
I thought that was the topic today.
Oh.
Or do you just want to BS in general about doing all this stuff?
I mean, greatest failures. So, the first half of my life.
I'm going to go with my heavy metal band. So have I told you the story of spiked hair Benny? I did. So when I was like 15, this is weird actually. It comes to 9/11. It actually is in that story.
Where the hell
Not
is
in a
this
bad
going?
way. Not in a bad way. Okay, so I had a heavy metal band. Okay, I was my parents when I was younger decided that I had to learn an instrument, but we couldn't afford lessons. So it was like one of those everyone's going to learn piano because my mom has a friend in the church who's going to teach everyone piano kind of a thing. It's cool. And I had to learn instruments. I got guitar and I went over to bass.
Oh yeah, it was regrettable purchases,
Oh, we'll get there.
not just regrets.
So I decided I had hair that was like super standing on end. It was dyed blue. I had Liberty spikes. If you don't know what those are,
Look it up.
yeah, it's just straight spikes off the top of your head.
It is what you probably would associate when you hear Liberty and then spikes.
And
Oh,
this-
you like it enough that you just keep drinking it.
I'll keep drinking this one. Yeah.
You can have mine then. It's not. It's definitely not my favorite. I don't think any of these. I'm gonna finish this and go.
I'm probably not gonna
drink
finish any of
this.
these. I'll take sips of them. Anyway, so I decided to make a band. I don't know why. It was my buddy. Oh, my buddy was like a guitarist or something. Anyway, we ended up in a heavy metal band. Now that is in itself is not terrible, right? I mean, a lot of kids have garage bands.
Right.
What I regret about it was when we decided to play live.
Oh my God! You actually played live in front of people.
In front of people. We got into a dive bar in Providence, Rhode Island. We played live. So the band, I wasn't a singer. I couldn't sing. This is heavy metal days. So it was a lot of like, and I use that as a Joker voice now. I can't do it without breaking every microphone in here right now. But it was the scream and the growl. You know, I did a lot more of the growling than the screaming. I can't do the screaming on command anymore.
This is more lessons of how to get a comic historian voice. Join a heavy metal band.
Right, well, it's kind of where I got a lot of the voiceover stuff I do. So I was in this band, and we didn't really practice. It was the kind of thing that we'd get together. We were at one of our buddies' house, and we'd have like a 30-minute window to practice on every Tuesday. That's where 9/11 comes in, because I remember when 9/11 happened, and everyone is all like, "Oh my God, 9/11 happened!" Right? Like you should be.
That is the reaction most people had.
That's the general reaction. And my reaction with my band was, it's happening during our 30 minutes. We gotta go finish practice.
Oh my God.
Thinking nothing of 9/11 because we had to practice.
Oh my God, Benny. You were an awful person.
I really.
How did that not register in your head
It
of
didn't
what
register
happened?
me or anyone in the group that this was a big deal. At the time of it happening, because it was like the news was talking about 9/11, and obviously the planes are hitting it, and obviously it's a terrible tragedy, but it was one of those deals where you're not watching the news, and someone says, hey, this is happening, you're like, whatever. You know, like, I mean, how many times has something big happened in the news, and like someone says it to you, and you're just like, whatever. But then you think later, like, no, that's terrible.
But
That's really
when
terrible.
you hear planes crashing into buildings,
I mean, I
and
was like
people
15,
dying.
16. What was I? Born in 84. So
I don't know. I was in elementary school, so
I was 17. If not, yeah, I had to be like 16, 17, that range. My focus was the band.
music was his life, clearly.
This is full of himself, Benny. Okay? Benny literally thought the band was going to be the end of his world. This was going to be the greatest thing ever. Music is my life. I want to get tattoos of every band I've ever listened to.
Oh my God.
This is like, I'm the guy that dives heavy into anything I'm super into. Dan will vouch. It's still to
Yes,
this
he
day.
is.
Like, if I want to do board games, we're all doing board games. Like, I will force it on you.
Yeah.
But no, and that's exactly so basically we were practicing. That went fine for I think an entire summer. That one didn't last that long. It was like a summer, maybe a year. We'd go to all the concerts, and we finally got to perform our first show.
So we should definitely have our second.
I was gonna say we should have a
because
second.
we're
beer.
15 minutes in.
Yeah. Okay, so which one?
We're going with the blueberry sour because he said two Imperials not at the same time. Petite. This is
I don't like sours at all.
the Crooked State.
How did I not read that? It's in big
I don't know.
labeling.
Yeah, it says petite sour blueberry wild ale aged in oak with blueberries. It literally is one of the biggest words on the bottle. Gary, it is so big that Gary can see it from his distance that it says sour. He wears glasses. He could take them off and see that it says sour. I'm not making fun of you. I'm making fun of him. I'm not.
Oh, I don't like that. I still don't like sours. Why would you drink a sour drink?
You know, that one's not horrible.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
It's not even like super, super sour. The blueberry kind of counteracts the sour a little bit. So it's got like a little bit of a sweetness to it.
I don't like it. No, that's not Benny. That's not Benny. It's not heavy metal enough.
I mean, it's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst. But the aftertaste is just kind of like stale water.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
So, okay. So we get to the band, and this is how I phased away from being rock star Benny dreams to starving artist Benny. So I had a whole year doing the band. We finally got to do a show. Dive bar in the middle of nowhere. We finally get up there, and we realize we barely practiced. In front of an entire audience. Nothing is in sync.
Oh my
or
gosh.
even close. None of our gear is mixed. Nothing sounds amazing. It was the most crushing moment and regret of my life ever to have wasted all that time to get on stage and nothing worked. But the story gets better.
Oh my gosh. Okay. How does it get better?
So when it disbanded, Benny, full of himself at a younger age, as I was, and I've said this multiple times, it wasn't me, Dan. It was the band. And I'm an incredible singer. So.
It's not me, it's you.
Exactly. Because at that age, aren't you the greatest at everything you do?
You clearly were.
But you know what I mean? Like, you think you
No,
are.
I was like the complete opposite.
Oh, I was the guy that was like, no, I'm fucking amazing at everything I do.
I was the no, it's okay. I'm not that great. You take care of it. No, Dan, you're great. No, I'm horrible. You go.
Oh no,
I
so even though in this band
we were like complete opposites as kids apparently.
Me and Gary are apparently the same person almost though.
Which is, you were in a band too. Gary was in a band too. Did you have Liberty Spikes?
No.
Mohawk?
Long black hair.
Long black hair.
So I decide in my
I need
head.
to see pictures later.
Here's the deal, though, because my growl, everyone like, oh, your growl's amazing, your screams are amazing, you're really good at that. Mm-hmm. So for some reason, and I don't know where I got this in my head,
Oh God.
that in my head meant, oh, I can sing.
Okay.
Let's try the last one now.
Okay. This one is Big Black Jack Imperial Chocolate Pumpkin Porter.
Okay. Big blackjack. I'm drinking it.
Big Black Jack. We need to start getting good beers.
That one wasn't bad. I didn't mind that one. Once again, I wouldn't drink it on a regular, but if it was all there, I could drink this.
I wouldn't.
The aftertaste is not that great. So the band disbands because obviously our first show was horrendous. Okay? So I take to Craigslist looking for other potential bands that I can sing in. I air quote because even now, with actually some practice, I am not good at singing. Okay?
I
Like,
mean,
I'm aware of that. Like,
okay.
I'm at an age where I can go, I'm able to do this, this, and this. This I'm good at. This I'm mediocre. This I kind of suck at. Don't even ask me to do this one, because I can't do this one. But at that age, I thought I could do everything. So I go to Craigslist. And I forget how I managed to work it out, but for some reason I had my own mic system. I had gotten it on like some weird loan from like a local place or whatever. Whatever, I had a PA system. So I load up the PA system and go to the car, I go to this tryout. Okay?
Okay.
And the band was not looking for someone who can growl, scream, and occasionally sing. They wanted a singer. If I remember correctly, they were looking for like a Stone Temple Pilots or Tool singer. Now, my one skill when it comes to this is I can growl. You know, I can't sing like bands who do ballads and shit. Like, it's not me. So I go there and I get downstairs and I set everything up. And they start playing. And like, we're just gonna play, see if you can get in tune. Within 5 minutes, they kick me out. It wasn't even long. Within 5 minutes, they kick me out. And as I'm loading up the car, one of the guys just makes a comment. It's always stuck with me to this day. You don't suck that bad.
You know what? That could be the slogan of my life, actually. You don't suck that bad.
And it was that. And that was the realization for me. And it's still my biggest regret because I was so full of myself. That was one of my big realizations that just because you think you're good and just because your family says, oh, you're amazing at everything you do.
They will always say you're amazing.
Exactly. Like, oh, maybe you're not as good as everyone thinks you are. So that was my big regret. Along with that sour beer.
So I have learned that we, from now on, should come up with topics and not topics for us to tell stories about. Because we went through all 3 beers in 20 minutes of your story. We don't have nearly enough time for me to even
So next time will be a
mention
Dan story.
But okay, actually that works, because then I won't have to follow yours.
Exactly.
So people won't have their expectations
So
really
next week
high.
will be your story, and then the week after that, I'll tell the story of how I transitioned from heavy metal rocker to starving artist.
That was not a sentence you wanted to pause, of how I transitioned.
Insert whatever you want.
No, mine story involves vodka, choir kids, and camping in the woods.
I just thought of an amazing ending to this podcast.
No, I am not. Are you actually gonna drink that?
I'm gonna taste it. You only have 2. Can you merge the 2? So, okay, this is actually a tradition in the military. Okay? At the end of the military, now they don't do it anymore as heavy, they do it with a lot of juice now. But at the end of a ruck march, or at the end of a big, big thing, you take everyone's liquors and drinks, you pour them all into a pot, and everyone takes a sip. No, we were gonna do that. Oh, God. No, we're not chugging this. No, you take a sip.
I'm taking a sip. This was honestly to try and make it at least somewhat bearable.
All right, so tell your thing, and then we're going to end the podcast with
For the
this.
record, guys, that is Captain Morgan's Jacko Blast Pumpkin Spiced Rum. What do you mean my thing?
You were saying something, and then I interrupted you with this great idea.
Oh, no, I don't remember what it was.
This will never taste good for the record, ever. You ready? This is how we always ended things.
Oh, the smell! I can already whiff it. We are not chugging this. I'm probably gonna.
That's not as terrible as I thought it would be combined.
The pumpkin spice helped. I'm so glad I put that in there.
Let's get some final words from Gary. Gary, which one of these are you going to try?
Yeah, which one are you gonna try? This?
The combo.
Oh, right here.
All right, what do we have?
The sour?
No.
The Imperial Russian?
Yes.
Is that gluten-free? Just so everyone knows. No? So sipping it, you're okay. Don't drink it.
I can take a small sip.
This is the Jolly Russian.
Which is an oxymoron.
It tastes like teriyaki chicken.
No, I didn't get that at all.
That's what I taste.
You're weird.
Yeah. Apparently Okay, do you want to try the last one as well?
Sure.
That's the combo.
Why did you grab it again?
That's the combo.
Why did you... Why?
Just absent-mindedly
Do you want...
drinking
Here,
what's in
you gotta
front of
have some of Big Black Jack.
You gotta get a mic closer to him, though, if he's gonna...
Yeah.
Big Black Jack, and this is
Pumpkin chocolate something, or rather.
no.
And now that you've done that, you're a part of this, so you have to.
No, I don't.
You have to.
Come on. No, hold on.
It is
Dan's
a part...
missing one of the beers. Try mine.
Yeah.
He is?
Yeah. Because I poured it into my cup. It's not that terrible,
It's
is
not
it?
that bad.
The
It's not
pumpkin
that
rum.
bad, yeah.
It's the pumpkin rum and the
savory.
sour mixed well with everything.
Yeah. I approve.
There you go. You got gluten approval.
All right. So I think that's gonna be today's episode. What do you think, Dan?
I
Until
thought
next
that
week will
was
be a
fun.
story from you.
Yes, and everyone in chat, give us 3 craft beers that you would like us to try. They do not have to be crazy. They can be normal style
No, they're
beers.
crazy.
But put them in order of which we should drink them. If you don't know what order to put them in, go have fun. It'll be interesting for us. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Dan T, producer. He is Comic Storian. We stream this every so often on twitch.tv/eligible-monster. Every Thursday?
It's how I'm aiming for this one.
Okay. Every Thursday we do this, as well as Eligible Monster podcast, as well as the Comics Experiment. We do a lot of other stuff here at twitch.tv/eligible-monster.
A lot of podcasts, some group games. That's
yes.
basically what we do over here. So like Warframe, Elder Scrolls Online. Knowing Daniel dragged me back into Black Desert at some point. But we do anything that could be considered a group game on the stream. Other than Call of Duty, we suck at that as streaming.
Yeah. Somehow we're really good off stream. And then getting on
We'll see you
stream.
guys next time.
Bye, guys.